Hi everyone, I'd like to talk about my approach to level design, and for this video I'll be using screenshots from along the way of me creating a level in Doom Builder to make a level for old school Doom. I'll also include some video recording of the finished project. Why Doom, you ask? There are many reasons, but I'll stick to the basics. 1. Making levels for a game that already exists means that you can test out your design. This allows you to see if it's any fun at all. Modding is a popular concept for the same reason. It just adds more to something that already exists. Thankfully, you're allowed to create content for the game, so long as you don't charge any money for it, and it requires the base game to run. 2. Doom isn't strictly a 3D game, so using vertical space is more of an art. This means no floor can be above another floor, because the game isn't actually in 3D. Even so, there's nothing to stop you from giving the player a sense of vertical space, and it might cause you to think more carefully about vertical space from a gameplay perspective when using more modern tools in more modern games. And 3. What inspired me to go back into Doom in the first place? Just last year, in 2016, co-creator of the game John Romero decided to reimagine the 8th level of the game, and released a map for the game 21 years after its original release, which is what sparked me to try my hand at it. Moving on to my own thought process, each level starts with a basic concept, and I like to keep the entrance visually congruent with the exit of the previous. So, since the last level's exit was an elevator, for this level I wanted to start off with you shifting from one elevator shaft to another, and made the second shaft the exit, which is locked by a key that you find deep within the level. The next level has you coming down this elevator. Of course, elevators get tiring after a while, and the next level's exit is on a large metal platform above some lava. But we're just going to be talking about this level for now. As for the theme of this level, I wanted the player to be walking through a seemingly abandoned space station, and you move from this administrative building to a laboratory building, where a lot of tests were apparently done. Inside the lab, you'll pass by a lot of test subjects that are seemingly stationary behind their glass until you find a new, shiny weapon on a pedestal at the far end of the level, next to the key that you've been searching for, only to have all the lights turned out and the door you came from closed shut behind you. You now must find a new way to backtrack to the beginning of the level that ends up connecting with some of the previous rooms in which all the locked up monsters are now free. It might even be a bit cliche, but I tried to follow a standard arc of anticipation, climax, and reprieve. One of the tools I used to do this includes the long bridge connecting the two buildings together. The long walk over serves to build up anticipation, as it feels strange that you haven't fought any monsters yet. The long walk back after surviving nearly all of the gauntlet on your return should make you feel anxious, but should also give you a sense of fleeting victory as you close in on your goal, which is what tempted me to place two rather difficult, hard-hitting enemies in the original building that only spawn after you've obtained the keycard from the far end of the level. I'd hoped to lure the player into a false sense of security, and after watching some of my friends playtest it for me, the reactions were something to revel in. Thanks for listening to just a little glance at some of the nuances involved in making a video game level. Obviously, there's a lot more in depth to go over, but for now, this is a nice way to scratch the surface. Until next time.